All right, we'll do a little bit more about task simplification. A very common thing about, like, let's do a hand defense. She's punching me here and then go, okay, now you do this and then you move to here and then you move to here. All right? What this actually requires is that, of course, when she's punching me very hard or fast, what my head will do is this. Because if my head is not doing this, if I'm not moving here, and I'm just doing this, she will actually hit me. Let's change the angle. If I'm just doing this, she's gonna hit me. So now, let's think that, okay, where do I need to actually get to? I need to be able to be somewhere around here. So thinking that she will actually help my task, so she's punching me to the shoulder. So understand here, she's punching me to the shoulder instead of punching me to my chin. Because over here, I might have, reactions like this, but over here, when I'm moving my shoulder away, I am getting to the right motion. And now eventually, she might be doing this. And of course, if it's easier to use a softball in her hand to punch me, of course, if it makes my decision making easier or whatever, it doesn't matter. Those are task simplifications also because they're mentally easier for me to do. But let's say she's punching me here and I'm trying to do this. Okay, now we're close enough so she's hitting me. So I need to do something with my hand. So now I am doing this. And eventually going into, she might be punching me here, and then all of a sudden she punches me to the chin. And now I am getting to do what I need to do. Then we will add her active attacker, my +1 motion, into it. So she might be punching me the shoulder, and now I am here. What is missing from this exercise is the use of force in full power. And when we are in the beginning of our journey, we don't have such a good perception and understanding of where my limbs are and so and so and so. So that's why we need to use, different protective gear to help avoid any accidents from happening. In the next one, I will show a kick one that is not, perhaps it's not so clear, but look at the things from the perspective that if you start already from your flinching position and you move from here so you don't have to do the startle flinch and then go into full motion, but you are already there. So that's another task simplification exercise that you can do. Start already from the position where your startle flinch has come into place and then go into making that training from there. I turn someplace and this happens. So instead of putting this into parts that, okay, first you put your hands here, then you move and so. What happens to me in that one? I'm now in the correct position. I flinched. I was here. I made some sort of hand motion. But once I start to move, I come up here and then I move. If I do that in real life, I will get punched. Look here, we're doing this in slow motion, but I did this, now I'm getting punched. Instead of I was here moving forward. The task simplification goes like, start from here, have your hands ready, and once she kicks, move forward. I'm simplifying the task. Then the next phase could be so that I just turn my head. I don't even turn myself. I turn my head, and once she sees my head, she will kick. I can be here already, doing this and moving forward. And this is how the task simplification works. And then we might be playing around. What if she kicks with the other leg? Whoa. All of a sudden, it doesn't matter. The sort of like correct technique becomes irrelevant. Well, your motion is the same because your reaction to the problem will be the same. Task simplification, instead of put your hand here, then move to here, now you are making very, very wrong movements. And once you do this enough, this will become your behavior, AKA this is what you learn. Instead of going from here, and moving, being able to solve the problem. There might be something else. Let's say that if we go from here and she tries to grab my hand and then move to the correct position and I am playing well with her, yes, she will get very good at this. Okay, let's do it a few more times. I'm offering her a hand and doing this. It might be so that I am punching, she's doing this and moving on and so and so and so. But the thing is that once I'm doing this and I'm playing the active attacker, what she's missing is actually the correct motion, what needs to be done. Because in this sort of situation, if you come to this side, when she hits me and I go into saying this, I need to be able to move to here. Somehow my hand was here, I was looking at my phone, all of a sudden became a stabbing defense and I grabbed the hand here. She can pull her hand backwards immediately, but it doesn't matter anymore because I was already in the correct position here. I did not stay, pull hand back, and it's off. Now when we go into task simplification from here, so let's do it so that I have my hand here, and now you come in and you pull the hand, keep your elbow low, thinking that, okay, now you pull the hand towards your torso. You move there. And now I'm testing. Yeah, you can hold on to that. Helping the situation so that you start from the side already, or you start from behind me. Grab my hand and pull it to the correct position. And then when we start doing stuff and said, okay, now let's put together a thing that you have your hand here, I will try to grab your phone, and then you just make the deflection and use that as the approach. We can do it so that I am already sideways. Again, I am simplifying the task instead of trying to do the stuff from here, grabbing the hand and doing this. Because there is a very high chance that once you start grabbing my hand from here, I am not playing along and I will just punch you to the face. We can of course also do the rewinding or reverse engineering in a sense. As an example, we've done a few times in these video sessions, we've been doing this. So the problem is here I'm pressing down like this. So let's put Hedy in the good end position. So we are like this. She hit me to the chin and now she's holding my hand here. Because as I am falling backwards from this hit, she needs to be able to hold my hand and keep it to your body. So then we start coming back from here. Hand going down, she coming up and thinking this. What is happening here? I am pushing, hitting, and then moving on, doing something. Fast forward, rewind. Fast forward, rewind gives you an understanding of the motions that is happening there. That's one solution to do that. But the key element here is the task simplification. How to create it so that you can get the task done first so that the end is very good. And then you start making it harder and harder and harder. We will talk about that when we go into speaking about different deliberate practices and skill acquisition drills, doing the constraints so that you will start to fail. Because without failure, there is no success. The problem is that if you're not failing, you are not pushing hard enough your skill level. And then you are staying right where you are. Don't be afraid to fail. The better you get, the higher the percentage on failing must be, because then you are actually pushing the limits of your skill. And it's not necessarily, fun all the times. It's sometimes frustrating. Clear your head and just keep on doing that. Your skill level will become a whole lot better. All right, in the next chapter, we will talk a little bit about constraints, how to create them, how to make different sort of constraints so that your skill level will, accelerate, how you can get in 2 years to the same level where people have been training 20 years are right now. See you in the next chapter.